Hi, it's Jen from Not So Mystical Tarot. This is going to be your reading for Sun, Moon, and Rising signs, all time stamped. Just a one-card quickie reading for the weekend starting April 12th. So, like I say, check your moon and rising signs. It'll all be time-stamped down there so you can see what's going on. It's just a fun general reading. All of the March readings are still up, and all of the April readings are also up for each individual sign. So check those out. Check the March ones out to see how things turned out, and check out the April ones to see how they're going to turn out. Okay, and let me know how that works for everyone. All right, Aries for weekend planner, kind of starting on the 12th of April. Ooh, perfect. Two of Wands. This is a time you are evaluating. You are kind of deciding what your next step is to be. So there's something going on, something that you have on the stove, kind of, not on the back burner. It's like right on the stove here. And you're deciding what you're going to do with it. Are you going to add ingredients? What are you going to do? But you have something that you're cooking up, and you need to make the choice about what you're going to do with that. Are you going to take it with you and leave and go do something different? Are you going to incorporate it into like a longer range plan? Whatever it is that you are working on, though, it's not like the long range plan, but it is time to start thinking about the future with whatever this is. So check your moon and rising signs, like I say, because this is just a one card quickie general reading. So everything will be time stamped. You can just find them there. We have Taurus, the King of Swords. You have a decision to make about something. The King of Swords is black and white, no emotion whatsoever. It's right or it's wrong. This works or it doesn't. The King of Swords bottle it's not personal, it's business. So you may have something going on that you need to make a decision about soon. And it's not one that you can use your emotions to guide you. This is really looking at it in black and white, even if you write a list of good and bad out on paper and evaluate the situation for exactly what it is and make your decision. And like I said, remember, it's not business, or it's not personal, it's business. So be mindful of that when that comes along. All right. Ooh, 10 of Pentacles for our Geminis. You guys have had a lot going on yourselves, but this is a nice sign of outward success. And this is also a point where people will be able to notice your success. And when that happens, don't feel like you have to belittle it and say, it's no big deal. Well, it is a big deal because you've worked very, very hard. So there's nothing wrong. If you were to give someone a compliment on something that they've been working on and they went, oh, it's no big deal, you'd be like, well, it is. And okay, like, think how you would feel if somebody, you gave someone a compliment and they just dismissed it. So your hard work has really come full circle. It's very evident. So when people notice it, and they will, acknowledge them when they mention to you, wow, you've come a long way, this is really fantastic. And also enjoy the success yourself, because that's why you worked so hard for whatever this is. And like I say, check your moon and rising, because it may give you a little more clarification as to what's going on, or be a little more relevant depending. We have Cancer, and this is the Knight of Pentacles moving really slowly. And that's hard. It's very hard for you. Especially if this has anything to do with your home or finances. It can cause us to feel a little impatient. Cancer, you are emotional, so setbacks and things not happening as fast as you would like can be very, I want to say depressing, but just know it's like the tortoise and the hare. Even though he does not look like he's going to win the race, he's going to finish at the same time as everybody else. He just moves along very slowly. But the thing with the Knight of Pentacles is he's always moving forward. So don't be discouraged. Just know that whatever it is you are wanting or wishing for or working toward, it's on its way to you, okay? All right. And let's get a card here for Leo. Ooh, 8 of Pentacles. Very nice, Leo. Something that you are working on. We've got a lot of pentacles here. Something that you are working on is coming to fruition, and your labor is very widely seen. You know, all these pentacles are run up this tree right here, and you're happy doing whatever this is. Whatever you're working on is giving you quite a bit of gratification. You're enjoying the actual craftsmanship of it. It could also be that if there is something that you would like to some kind of working with your hands that you want to do, some kind of craft, painting, woodworking, drawing, knitting, crocheting, I don't know, making jewelry, whatever it is that you want, weaving rugs, I don't know. Whatever you want to do with your hands, this is a time to take advantage of that and do that, because you will see some really great success and some personal satisfaction out of that. Just as an aside, okay? So yeah, if there's something that you feel like you want to learn how to do or retake, you know, take back up, something that you enjoy doing, working with your hands, absolutely do that, because you will get a great amount of satisfaction out of that. All right, and we are looking for Virgo. I think you just had this pretty recently, but yeah, death, letting it go. It's over, it's done. You have come through. The battle is over, and the spoils of war are kind of laying all around. It's time to let them be sort of swept away. You don't need to keep walking through that battlefield and looking at all the old things that are no longer functional, okay? But look here. You've got the sun that's coming up. See it coming up over there? You've got the sun coming up for a brand new day. And even this guy is yellow, okay? So death comes so that we can live. You know, death comes and scoops away the old so that the new can, like, rise up. And you've got this, like, priest or some kind of clergy person, someone there who's sort of overseeing this whole thing. And he doesn't look afraid or scared. It's a natural process. So there is some natural stripping away that's happening, or I don't want to say natural selection, but it is kind of like that. Like, there's just some things that naturally go in cycles, and the end of the cycle has come for you. And in order for you to move on to this new cycle, and if you look, this could even be like a new city, because this sun here is highlighting. I don't know if you can really see. There's like a little city right there. So it may be that, you know, you have plans to do something entirely different, but until you let, you know, that death on his horse come and kind of clean things out, you won't be able to get there, because that's kind of off in the distance. So let that happen. Don't fight it. Let it happen, and allow yourself to move on. Emotionally and physically, allow yourself to move on. All right, Libra. The Hierophant. That's funny. We were just talking about that. The Hierophant is all about, like, schooling, learning, like rules, laws. There must be something going on where there are certain instructions that need to be followed. Follow them. Whatever it is this weekend that you have happening, there's a certain order to things. And the one thing with the Hierophant also is, I always say, you are your own best teacher. You know deep down what's right and what's wrong, but there is an order to everything. And so this weekend, whatever you have coming up, there's some kind of order to it. There's a normal way that this is supposed to be done, or a certain way that it's conducted. Allow that to happen in the normal order and the normal way that it is supposed to happen. Don't fight the system this weekend, okay? That could go from reading the directions to putting something together or installing some software. It could be something like that. Or it could be, if you get pulled over by a policeman, don't look at him and say you have no idea that you were going, 40 miles an hour over the speed limit. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't buck the system this weekend. It's not the time. It's just not the time. Read the directions, all that kind of stuff. Follow the rules this weekend, okay? Don't drink and drive, all that kind of stuff. All right, Scorpio. Ace of Swords. Okay. That is, not only is that an intellectual message, but it's also like a victory as well that's given to you. Kind of like you're able to slice right through whatever is going on and see the forest for the trees right here. You're able to just zip right through and go, okay, that makes sense. I'm doing that. Your mind is very clear. So this could be a great weekend for making important decisions. Maybe if it pertains like to your finances or your work. I feel like it has something to do with finances or work. There's an important decision that needs to be made, but you will have absolutely no problem evaluating that decision and making that decision. Just, think about it in your head. Don't overthink it, but, the thought that comes into your mind regarding it, that's the one to go with, because you are sharp as a tack this weekend, okay? When it comes to things like that. All right, we are looking for a card for Sagittarius. Five of Swords, a little bit of confusion, a little bit of overthinking here. You may have an opportunity that presents itself, and it may cause you, or you may allow yourself to overthink it to the point where you don't even know what's going on. Like, you know, when you think of a certain word, and if you say that word to yourself over and over again for like 2 minutes straight, you're like, what does that even mean? I don't know if you know what I'm talking about, or if you've ever had that happen, but like when a word repeats in your head for so long, you're like, it after a while doesn't make any sense. Same thing. Don't allow overthinking, negative thinking. You might have an idea for something that you want to do, or a craft that you want to make, or a business you want to start, and you might have people going, man, that's a stupid idea, you know, and then you start to believe those people. You may have some negative thoughts coming your way this weekend, or some negative input. You don't need to pay attention to it, but also don't let yourself overthink things, or don't get negative on yourself. Try to find the positive all the time this weekend when you are thinking things over, okay? Now we have Capricorn, the Empress. So you have some kind of a gift, something that you'd like to share with the world. It could be, this feels like you will want to start a business. This might only be for a few people. Okay, so watch your moon and rising signs, get a little more clarity, but this feels like you want to start a business, or maybe you should rewrite your resume. Maybe your gifts have changed, your qualifications have changed, and it's time to rewrite your resume. Maybe time to look for another job. You know, maybe time to go back to school and kind of up the ante in your career. But this definitely feels like this gift that you want to share with the universe. This birthing is either a new business or some kind of improvement to yourself for a business reason, whether it's resume, schooling, looking for a different job, whatever the case might be. But I'm interested to hear what it is, okay? All right, Aquarius, Page of Wands. This is another message. These pages are coming in like crazy since the Mercury retrograde is over. I mean, I know I keep saying it, but I'm really like, wow, enough with that already. They just keep, you know, they're just firing in left and right. But anyway, you're getting a message. It's time to do something. Get up off your butt and do something. Stop thinking about it. Just put yourself out there. As Aquarians, I am an Aquarius. It's very easy to get up in our head and just overthink and just think about something. And we are legends in our own minds, right? We have it all figured out. We see it all done and perfectly ended, and we've got it start to finish perfectly in our heads. And now it's time to perfectly get out of your house, okay? Out of your head, and get out. The Page of Wands is action. So you've got all these grandiose plans in your head. You have figured the entire universe out in your head. Great. Now get out. Go and do something with that. Do something useful with it. You can't just, I mean, yes, you can think your way to success, but you do have to do something. So you have made all the plans you can make. It is now time to take action. You are getting a message from the universe that says, hey, get up off your butt, okay? And we need one more card for our Pisces people. Four of Pentacles. Okay. This is a time you've had a lot of dreamy stuff going on, and a couple things that weren't so great happened, but now this Four of Pentacles, it's time to regroup. It is time to evaluate your finances, your organization, kind of keep an eye on what you've got. You know, like I always say, check your bank balances, check your credit card balances, check your financial institution website to see if they've sent you any messages about your account. Make sure nobody's in your account that shouldn't be in your account. This is a time to kind of buckle down, look at your budget. Just make sure that there is nothing going on that should not be going on with your finances. This is not a time to go and like buy a car. Do not make any large financial decisions or purchases right now, especially like I feel especially like don't sign up for a gym membership that's like $50 a month for the next 5 years or something. Just don't sign up for something that financially commits you for a very long time this weekend. I really feel like don't buy a car, and it probably is just for like one person, but maybe there's some kind of car that you want to splurge on that you really can't afford, or you can only afford it if you just keep your promotion at this job, you know, or some kind of thing like that. Like it's going to put a strain on you. Anything that has the potential to put a financial strain on you, please do not engage in that this weekend. Don't go out and make yourself Friday night broke. You know, don't cash your paycheck on Friday and take your take-home pay and go out to the bar and spend $300 with your friends. This is not the weekend for that. All right, I will talk to you all soon. Thank you so much for watching, and let me know what your thoughts are. I appreciate you all. Thanks.